Welcome back. Let's play Silent Hill.
Ah, yes. Soundless slope.
Okay, so we gotta go to the Flig.
I love that you ran out of synonyms for Silent Hill so long ago that you're looping.
Oh wait, hold on.
Nope, I haven't said soundless yet.
Steam is messing with my controller. Gotta close that. Okay. Oh no!
No!
They're attacking me! They've never attacked me before!
Oh, you're right. I did use slope. Never mind.
Doesn't believe me.
No,
You'd think by this point he'd have some faith in me.
I have a little bit of faith, but I missed something. My bad. You are correct. Soundless mount. Ha!
You use mount.
Mount.
Mount? Ah, damn.
There we go. I saved it.
This is a fun room.
Oh yeah.
Should
Oh yeah.
you can die here? Should I show off the death?
Yeah, save state and show it off. It's funniest. It's the funniest, like,
Okay.
out of nowhere thing in the world.
Oh yeah. Gotta do it.
This I do remember.
All right.
Anyone like, Chain is missing a link. It's true.
Dagger?
Let's take the dagger. What's the worst that could happen?
Huh?
Alright.
What's that noise?
You want an instant death trap? Surprise, here you go.
Oh no.
Game
over.
over.
Put the tentacle monster in the fridge.
Flat out kills you.
All right.
And then it gives you a tip about melee combat, like that'll help.
Okay.
Just in case you're thinking, oh, that's just a thing in this busted-ass old PS1 game. No, they do it again. Not in this game, but they do it again in the series, so don't worry.
Yep.
In 2 or 3?
3.
And 3. Yep.
Okay.
Well, I guess we need that dagger.
Yep.
Haha, joke's on you.
Can't get out.
Can you hear me knocking?
It's locked. Bethor.
Bethor.
Oh.
Lovely.
This is what my office looks like. Not that part.
I was gonna say, crying child and all?
No, no. No.
Crying
Ghost child.
under the table.
There's no room under my table.
Or are you the crying child?
Once upon a time, I was the crying child.
Ah.
Does the
Unfortunately,
graffiti just include eyes all over as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that says help.
It says help, and I've got the eyes, and I think that's
I thought it said
pain.
me underneath it.
Yeah, help me.
And there's a bunch of eyes in the bottom left corner of that wall.
By this point in my life, the crying child has turned into a crying adult, despite my best efforts.
But at least you have an onk in there.
I did, until some middle-aged dad came in and took it.
Oh,
Bastard.
Harry!
That was my honk, man!
Got her from Egypt.
Yeah, have been.
I'm
Done.
just looking around. Oh, we can watch the videotape.
My videotape.
Videotape.
That's the camera.
That is a videotape.
Be kind, rewind.
What is it?
Fuse.
Still has an unusually high fever. Eyes don't open. Getting a pulse, but just barely breathing. Her skin is all charred.
Oh.
Even when I change the bandages, the blood and pus just start oozing through. Why? What is keeping that child alive? I can't stand it any longer. I won't tell a soul. Promise. So please.
If we watched that before, didn't we only get static? We didn't get all of it.
Yep.
I remember that properly. There we go.
Yep.
Hey, look at me paying attention.
And then we watched a certain cutscene, and here we are.
Anything else in here? Eh.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
We found out Lisa was dead just like all the other nurses.
Wah, wah.
Sadness. Thank you.
Who did that?
It was Galuf.
I really hope the recordings pick those up because that's fucking hysterical.
I think it does.
Oops.
It's locked.
I assume so because it just plays it like into your microphone. Thou
Oh,
possess them to guard thy spirit, evoke 5 rights, and veil thy fate.
I believe we're missing one item.
You are because you need. Wait, are you? Dion, cut the dagger.
Yeah, there's one. There's like a disc I have to pick up, but I know there's something I have to pick up in here.
A Disco Elysium? Elysium?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
Oh, look, while I was looking for something else, I found a quote that I'd completely forgotten about that I meant to bring up at some point in the LP.
What better?
Now is the time.
So apparently all the FMVs in this game, like the opening, the different endings, and just every movie cutscene, all made by one guy. Over the span of like 2.5 years.
Wow.
Props to holy shit! Props to that guy.
That guy put in the effort.
I know there's... Wow, I just looked this up. What is wrong with me? I thought for sure there was something in here.
Elpier's curse.
There's another door I didn't go through. Oh, nope, it's locked. Hold on.
Do 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 do.
Holding.
I was gonna say, I am of no help here. I've got nothing.
You're gonna make me do it.
Did
Oh.
not mean for that to happen, but that worked out quite well for us in the end.
Okay, which...
Man, my soundboard is kind of loud.
A little bit. It's alright.
It's a tad high.
Is it this door? Nope, it's not this door.
Oh, is that why?
Where is it?
Much better. Much better.
There it is.
The problem is that also lowered my mic, so I kind of just have to...
Ride the gain a little
Jelly
bit.
beans!
Yeah.
39 flavors.
39 flavors?
Let's see. Most common jelly bean flavor.
Bro.
Good job.
Harry. Most common jelly bean flavors.
Chocolate.
That is
Marshmallow?
cherry is number 1.
Okay,
Cherry
where's
number one.
Bethor? Is it down
Licorice is
there?
number 2.
Uh-huh.
Hang on.
There we go.
Let me get the. Here we go. Let me go right to Jelly Belly's website. What do we got here? Very cherry and buttered popcorn are the number 2 according to Jelly Belly.
I did say popcorn, but I didn't say buttered popcorn.
Close enough.
Wrong way.
And then we have licorice is number 3, which
Minty dirt.
minty dirt. Juicy pear is apparently number 4, which is not a flavor I've ever had.
Maybe I've
And-
had it once.
Number 5 is sizzling cinnamon.
Yeah, there's always a cinnamon flavor in there.
Cinnamon's usually pretty. I feel like cinnamon candy's just good, right? I like
I
cinnamon
think it
candy.
depends on the,
What?
if it's like really cinnamony, then it can just be like,
There's too much, but I feel like most of them are pretty good about that. Like, I don't know.
I
Not,
haven't had cinnamon candy in a while, but I do like cinnamon.
I do like cinnamon.
not here.
Berry blue is number 6, which I assume is like blue raspberry. It's not
Probably.
blueberry, it's berry blue.
Yes.
Green
very
apple is number 7.
That makes sense. There's always a green apple in there, and it's usually fine.
Green
It's
apple
nothing-
candy is another one of those ones where it's like it's usually fine. I like it. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Cotton candy is number 8.
Cotton candy. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where the electrified key is. Not
It was on the
here.
second floor. Second floor.
Well,
2F.
I can't use the elevator.
Can't use the elevator. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not letting me use the elevator, so it has to be on this floor somewhere.
Pina coladas number 9.
Yeah, there's usually a pina colada flavor.
There it is.
Watermelon is 10.
Watermelon.
Okay.
Watermelon candy's usually pretty good.
Chili mango is number 11.
I've never had chili mango.
I didn't either.
Where is
I'm assuming
the
it's
door?
probably a very not our culture kind of flavor. I don't know. Toasted marshmallow is number 12. That was one of your
I was just
guesses.
about to say marshmallow. I was like, why hasn't marshmallow come up yet?
Lemon is 13.
There's always lemon. You can't if it's not like overly like citrusy.
I'm a big fan of lemon, so I'm kind of biased in terms of like I like really lemony flavors. I am the guy for my whole life. I've been the guy who just eats a whole ass lemon, not skin. But you know, like when you go to the restaurant, they give you the little slices of lemon. I eat that shit.
Yeah.
14 is root beer.
Yeah, there's usually a root beer flavor. That's
Am I lost? Yes.
We're at 15 is peach, like regular peach, not juicy peach. Or no, sorry, that's pear.
Okay,
This
that's
is
the
peach.
elevator.
Margarita?
I've never had a margarita flavored jelly bean.
I've had a margarita. I've never had a margarita flavored jelly bean.
Yes, and yes.
Blackberry.
Yeah, blackberry's usually all right.
Lemon lime, fair enough.
Yeah, if you have lemon, you gotta have lemon lime.
Oh,
Sour cherry.
Sour cherry.
Tangerine. Oh, here we go. Banana. That's a flavor. Oh my god, I love that artificial banana flavor.
Banana.
Raspberry. Pomegranate.
Here?
Never had pomegranate.
28 is cream soda. No, sorry, 26.
Yeah, I was
Where's
gonna
the
say cream
door?
soda. That makes sense. If there's root beer, there's also cream soda.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go through.
Birthday cake is 27.
Ugh.
Plum is 28? I don't believe you.
No.
Plum's above coconut?
Really? I don't like coconut flavored candy. Not a fan of that.
Yeah, I like it in chocolate. But I don't really like candy flavored that way. Cantaloupe, which is not a flavor I've ever had.
There we go.
And yeah, that's... Oh, Dr. Pepper's 30, which is not a flavor I knew existed.
I've had Dr. Pepper, just not Dr. Pepper flavored candy.
No. Alright, Jelly Belly, I saw this list of every flavor. Let me find the weirdest ones you got in here. 7-Up? Alright.
Okay.
It's a choice.
Barbados cherry.
Not that
What
door.
does that even mean?
Cherry from Barbados.
Okay, here we go.
It's apparently sweeter. Okay, now I'm confused because there's berry blue, blueberry, and blue raspberry.
Huh.
What's berry blue? Oh, it's strawberry, raspberry, and blueberry.
Everything's going according to plan, sheltered in the womb.
But it's not done yet. That is why the seed lies dormant.
And what soul remains captured in that husk is buried deep down in the subconscious.
Are you trying to say it won't work? That wasn't our agreement.
No, these are just stalling tactics. If we lend a hand, we will be able to get power. Never fear, the promise shall not be broken.
But the power we could draw now will be very little. Almost nothing.
Marlon Brando?
Unless we get the other half of the soul.
We'll use a magical spell.
Always.
Feeling this child's pain, it's sure to come.
But that will take time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, wow. That hit me like a brick.
I was not expecting that.
Disc of Ouroboros. There's 2 birthday cakes flavors. There's birthday cake and birthday cake remix.
So what's the difference?
One has more features.
I don't know.
Alright, I'm saving.
That's probably.
Oh, one is like birthday cake, one's like birthday cake with ice cream.
I was not able to find that easily. You mentioned Egypt, and my mind just went to this for some reason.
Depressed because you stay in your bedroom all day and traveling the world. Cool, now I'm depressed in Egypt. Let's go. Cappuccino flavored. Crushed pineapple? Gin and tonic? You're fucked up!
Okay.
Use all of the symbols.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna close the jelly beans now. Shit's about to get real.
Save stating, and let's go.
Focus up a little bit.
Come along. No. No. I don't want to. Do what Mommy tells you now. I just want you to lend me a teeny bit of your power. That's all. No. I don't want to do it. It will make everyone happy, and it's
No, it won't.
for your own good, too.
I can now see why you said she was not Mother
But
Teresa.
Mommy,
No,
I just wanna
very
be
much
with
not.
you. Just 2 of us. Please understand. Oh, yes, I see. Maybe Mommy has been wrong. Mommy! Why didn't I see this before? There's no reason to wait. Herein lies the mother's womb, containing the power to create life. I could have done it all myself. Mommy? I was shocked to realize the talisman of Metatron was being used. In spite of the lost soul returning at last. Just a little longer and all would have been for naught. It's all because of that man. We must be thankful to him. Even though Alessa has been stopped, his little girl has to go. What a pity.
Freeze! What in the devil's name?
The Force.
Dahlia.
Potentially apt choice of words.
Well, well, well. To think you'd make it this far.
Where's Cheryl? What have you done to her?
What are you
Good read.
talking about? You've seen her many times, restored to her former self.
I'm in no mood for jokes.
Don't you see? She's right there.
That's absurd.
You are the only one who thinks so.
Why? Why are you
4K.
doing this?
It's been a long 7 years. For the 7 years since that terrible day, Alessa has been kept alive, suffering a fate worse than death. Talessa has been trapped in an endless nightmare from which she never awakens. He has been nurtured by that nightmare, waiting for the day to be born. That day has finally come.
Who?
The time is nigh. Everyone will be released from pain and suffering. Our salvation is at hand. This is the day of reckoning, when all our sorrows will be washed away. When we return to the true paradise. My daughter will be the Mother of God.
Get wrecked.
Quit screwing around. Return things to how they were before.
Kaufman!
Did I ask for this? Nobody uses me. You won't get away with this.
Your role is over. We don't need you anymore. What do you think you could accomplish by coming here?
My, aren't we getting cocky? Bet you can't see this and keep it cool.
A glove it is! I thought I got rid of that!
All I had to do was plant it somewhere for you to find. And you all, well, it kept you busy. Ha! You're easy. And there's more where this came from.
Stop it!
Hiya!
Dramatic slow motion throw.
What is that?
Huh? What the?
Oh no.
Bye, Dahlia.
Also, I didn't realize this was a Sith Lord shooting red lightning at us. That's new.
Yeah.
Yeah, meet the final boss, God.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
God?
Yeah.
Chew.
A god.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you think, rifle or shotgun?
Rifle.
Rifle.
Shotgun is spread, rifle is damage. And range.
I think I don't know if it's a development name or a name somewhere you can find, but I think this thing is technically called the Incubator.
Strafe.
Oh, no, sorry, the Incubator is the other version of the boss. This is called the Incubus. Pardon me.
That lightning hurts, so try not to get hit.
Yeah, it looks like it killed Dahlia in one hit.
Strafe.
So, Cheryl was her daughter and she was actually older?
No. Okay, I think we're at a good point where I can start answering questions like this and it doesn't really matter, right? Because there's no more, like, reveals to be had. Everything that is present is what you see. Outside of the, like, last couple of cutscenes, but that doesn't answer your questions. What you saw there, we spent the entire game looking for Cheryl, right?
Where are you?
But the entire time we were hearing about Alessa, another girl, right?
Yes.
Alessa is Dahlia's daughter, who I'm trying to remember what this game exactly reveals and what's revealed in Origins. I believe all you find out for sure in this game is that they wanted to use her to birth this god in front of us here. And part of that process involved her getting caught in a house fire, intentionally, unintentionally, we don't really know. And the result of that is that she eventually passed away. And kind of, in some vague sense, Cheryl is basically a reincarnation of Alessa.
Okay.
A half of Alessa, kind of. 'Cause what you saw there was them forming together. That flash of light by the body in the wheelchair, which was Alessa, and the girl, which was Cheryl, coming together to form one being and then birth the god.
Got it.
There we go.
We did it?
Did it.
And if you don't save Kaufman, then you fight the pretty lady instead of this thing, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Which my understanding is that the pretty lady is just what Alessa would look like if she had grown up normally. That's like what she would look like as an adult.
We'll take that, false god.
In this case, we killed the demon instead of the child.
That's good.
But she's still kind of not coming out of this unscathed, exactly.
Oh. She just birthed a JPEG?
That is a baby, actually.
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Did it again.
Yep.
And that's Alessa, right?
This being in front of us is Alessa.
Okay. And she reincarnated herself as a child.
Correct.
Great.
Because Cheryl was basically just always a part of Alessa that got sent to Harry. And then they came together, and then when she's dying, so she's like, well, you helped me, Mr. Mason, so here's a baby.
Oh, I'll just casually walk towards this light in this burning building.
So Lisa just karma'd Kaufman.
I was gonna say, that's karma, right? Everybody.
That is 100% karma. That is 100% karma.
Well, don't stop running. Or did she, like, stop time? Oh, she stopped time.
The end.
There you go.
We did it!
Yay.
So I feel like since we have Piper here, who gets to represent someone who has no clue what the fuck is going on.
That's me.
Do you have questions? Because I can guarantee I have an answer.
Yes.
Shoot.
What happened? What's going on? Why was the town like that?
Then we want to start from the beginning here. And some of this is probably a little bit of information we would technically get in later games, but not in a sense where it's going to spoil a story. It's just like world building we get a little later that I'm comfortable sharing because it doesn't ruin anything. The first question I want to tackle is, why is Silent Hill like this? Good question. We don't know. It just is. Right?
Great.
Old gods, cults, weird stuff.
Yeah. Who knows? Right? That's what makes it kind of scary. Is we don't know why Silent Hill is the way it is. It just is. All we really know for sure is it has a tendency to draw in people like this. So in short, or maybe more in long, what has happened? An indeterminate but technically recent amount of time ago, probably within the last, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. I think later games give a more of an approximate period of time to this, but sometime in the last 10 years, Alessa lives her life, is at some point caught in a fire, and they decide, and is going to be used to birth this god or whatever you want to consider it.
Oh right, she gets caught in the fire, and that's when the hospital stuff. Like, how is this girl still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she gets caught in the fire. They take her to the hospital. No one knows how she's alive. My theory is it's almost just a pure spite thing. But anyway, she stays alive, be it influence from the town or herself. And then around roughly that same time, because Cheryl's about, what, which is 7? Give or take?
Yeah.
So a few years in, she rebirths half of herself on the, and Harry Mason and his wife find her. Right? Find this baby. Name it Cheryl. Live 7 years perfectly normally. And then eventually... Oh.
It's a remix of the opening cutscene. Sybil's there. And B-roll.
Yeah, some B-roll. Harry Mason's wife passes away, and eventually Harry Mason and Cheryl take a vacation. And end up passing through Silent Hill. I always interpret it by some kind of influence of the town or Alessa, and Alessa's spirit causes this car accident to get Cheryl. And then it's pretty straightforward game of Harry's looking for Cheryl until pretty much the ending, where Cheryl and Alessa reunite and form into one, and are a grown-up Alessa who births the god. Along the way, some other things that come up is the whole side quest with Kaufman. Having that liquid facilitates the god being, I don't know how exactly it plays out, but that liquid interrupts the birth of the god in some capacity or does something to it, which allows for the good ending to play out, in exchange for Harry doing the good stuff and trying to help. As she's dying, Alessa rebirths a baby for Harry, and that's the most straightforward way to look at it. Does it all make sense? No, but it's not even supposed to all make sense, right?
No, not 100%. Not 100%. Let's see. I think you said something about there being a thematic reason for why things are happening, and you will talk about that later.
Yeah.
Tell me about the thematics, how things represent the way that they do.
Everything. So one thing that I think people just kind of know about Silent Hill is everything. Every enemy, every boss is kind of representative of something. as the series goes on, it starts to represent a lot more of the protagonist you're playing as. Like Silent Hill 2 does a lot of that. Silent Hill 1's kind of special in that a lot of the enemies are more representing Alessa and different things about Alessa. And that's at least as far as I'm interpreting it. I guess other people could have different opinions on that, but like one of the most common enemies we see are just little child monsters. And there's a lot of implication that Alessa was bullied and stuff when she was in school. So you got that. I think I think we get a lot more implication of that in 3 when we go through some places in 3, but I don't remember if it's this game or 3, but you can see like rude things scribbled on desks and stuff. I think we saw Drop Dead in this game was on a desk. So you get that, and you can look at all the enemies and make some inferences like that. There's a lot of enemies, so I don't really have time to go through all of them, but like you know, you got all these nurses that are weird, and we know Alessa spent time in the hospital after she was in the fire, so you can make the obvious assumption that like you know, she kind of had a certain view of these medical staff who are keeping her alive in agony, right?
Yeah.
And the first boss, the lizard monster, she obviously heard that story, so the lizard monster is there, and stuff like that.
I think she was afraid of dogs too.
Yeah, afraid of dogs.
Yeah.
There's that enemy. I don't remember what they're called. The big things that kind of leap around and like jump on you.
The howler monkeys.
Yeah. I think the general interpretation of that is that's like every adult she knows sucks. So these monsters that look kind of like adults are just shit, you know?
Fair.
So that's kind of what I meant with the thematics, is it all like ties into the idea of like Alessa miserable, in pain, having a crappy life, and everything in this town represents some aspect of why her life was not good. What happened to her, what she felt, what she thought, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Which is why, without no specifics, but why when we get to Silent Hill 2, there's one returning monster, and it's the cockroaches. So.
Because no one likes cockroaches.
Nobody likes cockroaches, dude.
Yeah.
True.
And then you get things like the final in the bad ending, you fight the woman in white, the grown-up version of Alessa. At least everything I've read says that boss is called the Incubator because it's incubating the god. And then when the god is born, the god is called the Incubus, which I'm not really sure how that connects because the traditional version of an Incubus doesn't really draw connections to my brain for what they do and what the story is about. But I'm sure there's a reason that is drawn there. I just haven't pieced it together myself. So there's stuff like that, and another thing that might be worth touching on is Lisa, because if you look at it on a base level, she almost seems not important to really what's going on.
Yeah.
But when you look kind of between the lines, you can tell, like, okay, Lisa was primarily in charge of taking care of Alessa, and she obviously didn't like that because, hey, this person is dying but never dead, and no matter what I do, she continues to be in pain and never gets better. Talked about the blood always seeping through the bandages, the pus, because Alessa never got better.
And then it started pouring out of the sink, so she was getting drawn into Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Weirdness.
Yeah, also the sink. And so, you know, the obvious conclusion is, I don't want to do this, right? So she tries to quit. Kaufman doesn't let her quit because Kaufman. This is a little bit of drawing from Origins and a little bit of what's inferenced here. We know the town has a little bit of a drug thing going on. We read a few notes about that. One of Lisa's notes mentions drugs. And we know Kaufman is in the pocket of this cult in some capacity, so the conclusion that can be drawn is he's involved in the drug trade, Lisa likes drugs, she gets drugs from him, it's a whole blackmail thing, so she has and that is a lot more explicit in the prequel game, but it is kind of retroactively. You can look at it and say, oh yeah, the seeds were here. And then it's somehow, and it doesn't really matter how, she dies. Maybe she's murdered, maybe she just dies, I don't know, whatever. And then it gets a little bit more vague about what exactly happened, whether it's her or just a memory of her, but she's in Silent Hill, in this crappy version of Silent Hill, continuing to live the horrible shit she didn't want to keep doing, right? And then, but she doesn't remember, she doesn't remember dying, and then she remembers dying, and disappears, comes back to get revenge on Kaufman.
Gotcha.
So is she important to the story? No, but she has a role here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and my last question is: all of this, there's a fair amount of real, and some of it I think happening in Harry's head. How does that balance itself out?
That's somewhat a matter of how you want to interpret it. The general. When we get to 3, it will become apparent that at the very least these events in some capacity occurred, right? These things happened, the people who died, like Kaufman died, that kind of thing. And a lot of the more supernatural shit is explicitly something that still happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the question you just asked is a good mindset to approach these games with generally. But in the case of 1, it seems to be mostly literal.
It is fairly literal. I think that would be that he is right with that. That is a good mindset to approach. Even with this game, looking at it that way, it is kind of like there is still some vague, like, if Silent Hill is like this, then why is the town open? You'd think people go in there and creepy shit happens, people would stop going there, it'd be blocked off. It's not, so maybe the town isn't really like this, and it's only like this to certain people, or maybe it's not. I don't know. You're not really supposed to know, right? That's what's going on here. But as far as like what we need to worry about going forward, everything you saw in Silent Hill 1 might as well be considered as something that happened.
Great.
So, yeah.
But keep questioning that as we continue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
How much is real and how much happened in our heads? I'm good at that.
That, or if you want to look at it as like how much is a thing that's happening and how much is like some kind of eldritch influence, might be another good way to look at it. So that's cool.
So we got the good plus ending. I think there's 5 endings total.
There's 4 regular endings and a joke ending.
Yeah.
There's
sorry,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is considered the canon ending.
Yep. Technically, either good ending, because the only real difference is the fate of one character, which we don't get elaboration on.
Yeah.
And essentially the difference is bad plus, good plus. And the difference between regular and plus is civil. Is she alive, right? Because in any of these endings, I believe you can keep her alive by, getting the stuff.
Yeah.
The little bit of liquid that you throw on her, you can get. And in the ending, it just depends on what you do with Kaufman, which you don't have to do, and you can still keep her alive. So that's pretty much the difference. Bad and bad plus are almost identical besides that, and good plus are almost identical besides that, to my knowledge.
Okay.
So.
And then these items floating in the background are the items we have access to now in New Game Plus. So we have the gasoline tank that can provide fuel for the chainsaw or the rock drill, which are found in different locations, and then the channeling stone for the joke ending, which is found in the convenience store. I'm just gonna say the rock drill and the chainsaw are not very good.
They are very bad weapons.
Yeah, I played through it on New Game Plus. I didn't use them. Not really. Like I used it once, and I'm like, okay, this is not good. So yeah, there's one final thing I wanted to show off. No, I don't. Sure. Okay, I'll save. Just do it there. So I did play through it to get the joke ending. So I have it on the final save right before that. So we're just gonna load that. Okay, so you pick up the channeling stone in the convenience store, and there's multiple locations in Silent Hill where you need to use the channeling stone. And this is the final location. If you want more like details on how to do that, I'm sure there's a video out there somewhere depicting where you need to use this stone.
There absolutely are.
So we're just gonna show off the final result of that, though. Can I skip this? Okay. So let us use the channeling stone.
And see what happens.
What?
Like the first time you just see one light.
Mm-hmm. Now there's a bunch of them.
No.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
You know what the best part is?
Sorry.
Let me ask you, have you seen a little girl around here? Short, black hair.
Ta-da!
There you go. Infected by aliens. Don't worry. Honestly, as the series goes on, this is probably the least absurd joke ending.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's...
The best part is you could technically consider this like part of an alternate continuity.
There is some degree of joke ending continuity between some of the games. Well, they aren't canon to anything else in the game, but to the other joke endings, it's pretty good.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, man. The devs were having fun with that one.
Yeah.
They were having fun with the music too.
Yeah.
They just messed around on the keyboard one day. It's like, let's put this in the game. How are we gonna do it? Aliens.
So there is. I love this game a lot. It's not my favorite in the series. It's actually out of the main 4 games I care about, it's probably my least favorite, but not out of like quality-wise. It's just like everything else that comes after this is phenomenal in its own right.
Yeah.
Even 4, if you ask me. And this is just a nice foundation to place it down. You know, a good starting point, but the way they build on different parts of this concept are great in different respects. Especially 2 is going to be almost nothing like this in a lot of respects, so don't prep yourself for any kind of direct follow-up. It is in the same universe, and that's all you get, right?
Gotcha.
And then 3 will be a more direct follow-up, but everything they do after this gets to be... I rambled pretty good about what was going on in this game. 2 and 3 are going to have tons for me to just be like talking about.
Perfect.
Well, speaking of 4, I think I brought up before how I only watched an LP of that one, but I realized I had to think a lot more about it, but it's like, that's not true. The LP just kind of consumed my memories of that game. It took a lot of like reflecting on it to remember, like, wait, I did watch a playthrough without commentary of that game even longer before I saw the LP, and like, because I could remember being creeped out by parts of the game, and I was definitely not creeped out by anything in the LP because the LP was silly.
Okay, you'll notice that there's an additional item now. It's a laser gun.
A ray gun.
Yeah. So now when you start if you save and you start the game, you'll have, the ray gun will just be in your inventory.
Of course it will.
So.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, 10 out of 10 game, play it.
Yep. Anyway, this has been Silent Hill. It was a fun ride. I really enjoy this game. I do like the third one more, though. Like, that one creeps me out a lot more than this one does.
There are... 2 and 3 as sequels are really good evolutions of what's happening here. They take... Each one takes a different kind of concept from this game and expands on it in a different way. In different directions, even. And they both do... almost wholly different things, like thematically, that are really interesting. So each one will be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
And 4 just spirals off in this fucking batshit insane direction. That'll be fun to talk about in its own right.
you notice how similar that sound when you go to load the game is to like when you go to load game in like Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that I read about how development of Silent Hill started as Konami wanting an answer to Capcom's Resident Evil, but then Team Silent just came up with something completely different.
Yeah.
It is truly a wholly different experience than Resident Evil, despite them having very similar basics as far as like the camera angles and stuff. As much I love Resident Evil, but Silent Hill is very experimental with what it does, and definitely isn't comparable in pretty much any way.
My brain's not working, but it, like the opposite of suffers for not just being like a clone of Resident Evil.
Yeah, it benefits a lot from this experimentation. It does. Almost right at the gate, it was doing cool shit with the camera angles almost immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
That's all I got. I can't praise this game more than I have for the last 8 videos or whatever.
All right, we'll just go ahead and end it then. We'll see you all in the next LP, whatever that is. So,
yeah.
bye.
Okay, bye.